I just don't like have the extra noises as it's going on. So you should be able to see. And we're fucking streaming. That's sick. Okay. And I'm going to actually try and see how this works. Uh, okay. I'm just gonna, I don't know. Let's see. This might help you a little bit. Let's stream. So I'm gonna, no, I'm gonna put you over here. Allow. And you should have the presentation streaming to you, I think. I hope so.
It is. It is.
Fucking killer. Let's rip. So, what's the dumb plan that we've made for ourselves? Um, oh, the bit rate is just like going down. All right, you're watching it on the delay. I'm super sorry. I don't think that this is gonna allow us to be happy. Unfortunately,
It's
bummer.
fine. We'll just make the cube. I just want to see the cube.
All right, sorry, man. All right, so what do you fucking want to see? What's the what did I propose to you?
A cube of my images.
Okay, great. So you've got this like art moniker, I guess you'd say, was and it's called Get Absto or Absto is the name. That's so hot. So what on here is a URL that I'll be able to turn into an image.
All of them.
Okay. All right. Great. So basically what you're saying is if I open up this web page, there's just like fucking hella images in here. So I'm gonna need six. And then I'm going to want to turn those six into basically elements on the page and kind of fucking twist them a bit and then like make it rotate and make it dance. Um, I think I can make it dance at 10. I think we can get to something pretty cool and visual in say 5. So I like to gamble on this stuff here. But basically, I think the way we're going to rip is we're going to need beautiful soup and we're going to need some request. What is that? I don't even know why I'm getting an error here. So I got to figure out where the cameras are going to go. I'm going to put them on top up here. And I think that that'll be a good place. And so the bit rate's a little low, whatever. There's nothing we can do here. It'll be fine. It catches up eventually, but we're gonna do some beautiful soup, and then we're gonna want to do the response from request.get, and we want to get absto. Um, get get absto. Bang. All right, and then that's going to give us the response, and then we're going to want the text from that, and then we're going to want to tell Beautiful Soup to use the faster parser. And now this is our soup request. Oh, I got didn't run that. Okay, there we go. Now we're in. We're in the matrix. So now from the soup, it seems like there. Let's just, the basically, if there's images here, then we'll find them in an image tag, probably. If Absto crushed it. Absto crushed it. Look at this. There's some fucking alt text and shit. So let's just take all of these images and let's just like dive headfirst into some tomfoolery. And now these are all of our images as a series. And then let's just go and say that we want to get the adder getter. So I've got a few methods that I have in my like IPython config that make this shit quicker to get to. Like I think like we're at a place, especially with like LLMs and stuff, where you really need to fine tune your local shit because like it's not made for everybody. But at this point, what I just did was I grabbed all of the attributes from your image elements, and then I just like expand them into a series, and now we're into a data frame. It's so amazing. Party in the USA and Bangalore, right? So We've got one alt text. I love seeing that. As got another one. Okay, we got a few alt text here. Not too bad, not too bad. But from the accessibility side of things, it's kind of cool to get this like bird's eye view. I love that they're lazy. I love that they're lazy. Like performance is part of accessibility, you know? So yeah, especially when you got hella images here. You got some cooked in CSS yourself, and source set. Mwah. Like sometimes you'll see like some crazy ass server setup that'll be like, oh, let me change the size of the images. Just use fucking source set. It's built in to like give you the different sizes. Like super sick work. Is this a fast HTML site? Oh, okay, okay. If it was, it would be a really good advertisement because the pictures is mad jazzy. All right. Anyway, so we've got the source. So right now we're missing the base on the source. So I'm kind of in this place where I'm like, hey, let's go and do some feature engineering or kind of cleaning, and we're gonna update the source to have the prefix on it, which means if we go and kind of let's just take one of these out, right? And then see the source here, and that should be an image. And if we click on it, this is so gorgeous. I like it. Is this a computer image?
Oh, it's from my camera. Most of them
How the fuck did you make this?
photography lights.
Man, lights are fucking crazy. Um, this is awesome. I really love this. I love that this is what we're working with. Okay, so here's the deal, right? We've got to make our plan was to make a cube, so we need like six of these. And basically, I guess we're doing like a panda's beautiful soup demo. Is probably like really what our fucking sort of story here is. So I'm gonna bring in some gear that I've been working on. NV Convert Ally. Um, how long have you been making these Absto images?
Um, these are actually this one is dead. The other ones are like real artwork. So I just converted them to like took a picture and put it on the website. So they're like real artworks.
Like real artworks. What does that? So you mean like they're a painting? They're like a physical ass thing,
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
yeah.
Nice. Okay, excellent. So I also from MV Convert. So I've been trying to work on accessible table things for um nice. A while. And I need this thing new. So new is a super helpful function for me. So basically, right now, I've got the data frame. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Let me. Ooh, Christ. Oh boy. Okay. Let me do a restart and run all. Uh, rah rah. Restart and run all. Restart. Okay, great. Get there. Okay. All right. So now we've got this data frame of a bunch of URLs, and we just want to like work on the cube part here. So let's like isolate, say, the first six, and then we're gonna call that cube. And now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the sources. Um, I guess in theory, you know, this is sort of funny actually. We could just go and use the original image elements that you have, uh,
Mm-hmm.
if we just replace the actually I'm just going to do it this way, just because there is an easier way to do this here, but we're going to take the source and then we're going to apply new, and then we're gonna give that an image. Oh, actually, no, we're gonna do a lambda here, x, and we're gonna say, oh, no, oh my God. Yeah, we're going to say lambda x, or this is gonna give you some series. Uh, oh no, we can't do it. Yes, we could do it. I don't know if source set's gonna work. Um, with what you have. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted here, Saya. Let me get focused. All right, let me get the
That's
work
all
done.
good.
No, it is right, but what I want to get to, just so I can like steady myself here, is I just want to get to that first drawing that we haven't really seen before, you know. So like
Mhm.
here, I've got a bunch of images, and if I put all of those together, okay, this is good. Um, and I'm just gonna say that they're a div. I really don't like that I'm doing this. I have better ways to do this, but I don't want to overcomplicate things here. But what's great now is that we can go and do an HTML string and oh yeah, source equals. There we go. Bang. So now we've got oh god. These are so every single one of these here is oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, wait. So let's have a little, uh, hey, do you think CSS is fun?
It is. It is. It gets things done. It's fast. I
Do,
like it.
it is frustrating though, isn't it, at times?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna call this Absto, right? I don't know if you've ever seen yourself as ID, maybe on your website. But yeah, so now we've got Absto here. And let's just, so I can go and I've got like a little mode that lets me dump into some CSS. And now we can start like styling Absto. And I think like one of the things that makes a lot of sense here is to use grid display. And then if we say grid template columns, three, then it should just take all of your
All those things.
yeah, so it's actually repeat three one fraction. Not frame, it's fraction. So now we've got all of this stuff stacked together, and you can tell me a little bit about them. Oh, they're great.
So I've still started as one of my side hustles. I've been always doing art. Like it's been part of my identity. I'm frustrated. I take up a color and I drop it in there. I'm happy and I take a color and again create something out of it. So I have been doing that for a while, but then it never translated it into something that I wanted to show to the world outside. It was always in my little catalogs, in my little art books. And it was just like one fine day, hey, Saya, you have to do something with your art. And I thought, like, it's coming from my soul. It's not something I'm doing um, for any other aspect. So I named it as abstract because that's what I do, and soul. Zap them together, and Abstro was born. And then I wanted the people to get it and showcase it. I started going to a lot of markets, I set up stalls on the street sometimes, and then also in different various places started selling them my artwork, and hence getappstore.com was born in order to let people access my thoughts, my emotion through paint, through doing it, and that's absurd.
That is very sweet. That is very sweet. Um, yeah, it's interesting to see. So how do you feel about seeing this stuff digitally, versus like, making it? And this is kind of fun to start thinking about how I mean we still haven't gotten to what we said we are gonna do. We're very close. But yeah, how do you think it translates?
I this is a thing, like I am in a technological field, but it just I resent technology from time to time, and this is one of those things. Like I want to get it digitally up there, but I struggle a lot to get it up there.
I hear you. I hear you. I'm actually, personally learning here from your example because, like, struggle to share my own shit. So, this is exemplary, and it's also, I don't know. I think it's fun to think about what we can like really do with like these like code skills we have, and also our art skills because like they don't really need to be as independent as we make them.
Yeah, yeah. Creativity and I think tech was born for a necessity, and creativity is the fuel to it, but somehow we have trying to have them separate, like two different things that should not talk. And that's where we are kind of losing. And AI is a very interesting example where you cannot mimic the human creativity just yet to the extent that it is yet untouched. So creativity is the key for the future, like being genuine, being those being you is the key to beat the upcoming world of this AI mess that's gonna come up.
This AI mess. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Let's see. Let me call this rotate. And I'm about to get to a fun little thing here. Because
Ooh.
there's so much color and movement in what you're doing, and like you know, these digital things are just so malleable. What happens if we throw a little rotation on here, and then we're gonna say transition uh, to second. I think I just put in rotate. Hold on, I don't remember how to do it. I'm looking it up real fast. And then I'll be like, oh, it's so easy, and then it really never fucking is so easy. Okay, hold on. Okay, keyframe. So we have to use this keyframes thing, and it's like a two-part problem because you have to know how to define them, and then you also
Mhm.
need to know how to assign them to the transition. Where is the transition? Okay. Oh my God. Hold on. I'm getting there. Transition. I should be looking on transition CSS. I should be looking over on that screen. Margin right is in all. Okay, where's the name of one? Margin right. Display. Okay. Property name keyframe. Sorry. Uh See, this is where we should be eh, keyframe transition example. How to keyframe like a pro. Oh, Josh Kome has really good examples here. Slide in. Okay, keyframe slide in. Okay, so I think this might have to go just first. 2 second and. mm, Maybe it's not going to do what I wanted it to do. So there's this hue rotate filter, and I thought it would do something to it. Let's see if the filter does anything. If we just like change it 180. I don't know. Has something. Ooh, look at that. We can start. I don't know what this rotation is actually doing per se, but it does allow us to get to like different colors pretty fast. So I'm messing up some syntax somewhere, I feel like, from R to R. And we're going to rotate it. And then, um, anyway, fuck
Oh,
this. I don't think it's changing any color.
lovely.
I don't, I
It
think that,
did change the colors. It
oh, it
did
did?
change the colors. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let me let's pull back from this animation and get to the damn cube we were talking about. But every time we can go, we'll go and rotate the color here. We can do like a 270 degree. So now it's kind of a little bit greener. Anyway, so like your stuff, it's interesting, right? Because it's almost like it's the colors you had, right? But like, when you take apart, you can separate color from like the weight and the tone of things, and when you do that, you can like put the color back on, and it's almost like we have this like different ability here. But anyway, so what's our plan? So our plan is to go and rotate these images around. So let's say nth uh, child. So we're gonna uh, work on the first one. And now here's the thing we have to do. You ever see position relative and position absolute before?
Yep.
Do
Yep.
you get it?
Yep.
Oh, do you? D- Can you do you want to explain, or is that a loaded question?
It's a loaded question.
Okay. Okay, great. So, what should I explain how I understand it? Because I don't want to put you on the spot per se. At least
Go for it.
in the context of the way that we're using it. So, position relative makes a new origin. Okay. So whenever you define position relative, the first position that you have on the page, so the first relative position is 0, 0. And then when you get to another div down the line and you say, hey, everything is relative to this. So if you're defining left, you're defining it to its nearest origin. And position relative defines the origin. And then position absolute says that this position is relative to that origin. So now, actually, all of these are position absolute. So now when we go and look at them, we actually get a very different view, because they're actually overlaid here. So it's going to look pretty slick. I'm going to move this one down to the bottom so it'll be easier to kind of see some of the changes. So we're going to need to define a height. So this is usually a thing I kind of like when we're doing these calculations, we'll often want the height and we'll often want the width, and we'll want to control that stuff so we can predict where things are going. Man, I almost just elbowed a very important. I thought this was gonna be quicker. I'm sorry, Saya. But let's
Well, we can do a part two in this. We'll
yeah,
have to do it all together today.
we're
Yeah.
we're I think we could. Yeah, I thought I was a little bit more ambitious, but then I got. Yeah, it's the focus that's hard. I don't know if you have any problems with focusing. Oh,
I do. I do.
dude,
That's right.
look at this, Saya.
I can't see. I see this CSS block
Hold
29.
on, give it a second. We're at like 10 seconds delay. It's quite gorge. It's just all stacked on
Sorry.
top. Isn't it beautiful? So I think
Um, ooh,
I know, right?
nice.
Fuck yeah, right?
I'm
So
so
I think,
happy. It is brilliant.
so I think what's gonna happen is when we make this cube, it's gonna see through. And when it's like rotating and stuff like that, you'll get like all these colors stacking on each other. We might not do a part two because like we're close to something pretty fucking rad. So anyway, here. So basically what we're finding out as we start doing this drawing is that the width and the height need to be defined for the images too, because
Yeah.
that's the only way we'll like really be able to get. I'm losing some of my keyboard shortcuts for moving code up and down, and I don't particularly appreciate it. Okay, so now that is, I'm not okay, it did it take? Um, all right. Let me see. Inspect. Uh, I want to make sure that this stuff is at. Okay, so the hue is rotating. It's getting the width. It's getting the height. Let's see. Are the values being computed? Um, width. Yep. And then the height. Okay. I wonder if I think that 600 pixels is fucking what is somebody like help me. I can't I like can't understand Jupiter's display. Okay, now it's expanded. Now we can see the whole. Oh my God. Wait till you see it. There's like a 10-second delay. It's all fucking stretched out and crazy looking now. It looks super fucking like warped in space because we just made everything squares, including your name. So it's yeah, no, it's like totally fucking psychedelic. I kind of want to find a way to like make it so every time it does its thing, it randomly rotates the color. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Let me see if I can do this real fast. So I can do percent %I, and then after this guy, uh I'm going to do a percent, and then I'm going to do rand int between 0 and 360. Okay, and then we go up to the top here, and then put a parenthesis
Sound
around
was
that.
crazy. What we can do with just CSS in there and just like combining with data frames, the series,
Yeah,
and turning
yeah.
them to something. So in adding dimensions to your data. So this is data. So we are adding dimensions, we are adding space, and we are adding tone, hue, colors,
Yeah.
maybe music.
Eventually, yeah. See. I gotta stop getting distracted. You gotta start. You gotta start getting like stop fucking getting distracted. I need to go about my day, because you're starting your day and I'm trying to end mine. But anyway, we keep fucking with color, and I hate color because I don't really know what to do with it. But I love how random this shit is. All right, so we are going to say that our nth child is going to now have a transform applied to it.
Uh-huh.
And we have to. So one of the things when we're doing transforms is that we need that knowing about the transform origin helps. So usually the origin is like 0, 0. But sometimes you want to rotate around the middle, stuff like that. So we're gonna have to do that with like each of these faces. So
Mm-hmm.
let's see. We are going to. Okay, I know how to do this. All right. Transform. Okay, so I apply the rotations from the outside, and the first thing that we do is we translate um, 50% 50%. This is going to take all of our images where they are, and it's going to center them at the origin. Okay. So in the middle of the images, we're going to have our origin. And then we're going to go and we're going to rotate our first one around Y 90 degrees. Um, and then we are going to translate that. So let's think about this. We've got X and we've got Y, and we've just rotated around Y 90 degrees. And then we want to move that half of the width, half of our 600 that way, and half of our 600 that way. Okay. So we're going to do a translate in X now. Took a while for me to figure out what that is. And then we're going to do calc, or actually, yeah, we're going to do calc uh, var uh, width divided by 2. And then we are going to need that to be the second one. Uh, and then that's going to be the height divided by 2. Or no, the width divided by 2 also, but minus 1. Okay, so this should be front back. Boom. Okay, so I think we just made two faces, and we probably can't see them. Okay, so what I'm gonna go and do, I think, is keep going. Uh, let's just make sure. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I want to make sure that we're getting what we're getting. We're getting the computer values, and then I think that'll be an okay check. So the way we do that is we check and see if transform. Oh, that's on the last image. I've only defined it on the first two. Okay, so we do have a value defined for that. So that's actually great. So chances are, if we do that for all the thing, okay. I don't know. So one of the things that's really hard about this, and I don't know what's going to happen, is stacking translations is actually really hard and confusing. So I'm going to do a rotate Y like 10 degrees. I'm just going to make like a little smidge of a 3D like rotation so we can just make sure that we're like getting some 3D shape-ish here. Um, and maybe it's too hard to. Oh, actually, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go apply that last. Wherever that transform was, I just put there. I'm gonna go and do all of these things at the very end to each one of these individually. It's gonna wind up being verbose. Okay. Great. Okay, now we can see some angling. Fuck yeah, it's working. This shit is working, bro. Okay, okay. Ready? A little bit more copy and paste. Not much more. Okay, we've got the pasta. We just gotta cook it. All right. So we've got 3, and then we've got 4. So 3. So far we've rotated around Y. Now we're gonna rotate around X, and then we're gonna pull that stuff in the Z direction. And we're gonna do that for those two. Rotate around X, and we rotate around X, we rotated around Y. So now we need to rotate around Z. And um, so when we rotate around Z, God, this stuff's so hard on your brain. When we rotate around Z. So we've done translate. First one we did was translate X. The second one we did was translate Z. So this one must be translate Y. My hands are
So
shaky. I think I don't know. I think we might have made a cube. I don't know. I can't really tell now that I think about it, because all of your images are transparent.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's super funny. Anyway, yeah, no, I think this is showing a cube. Maybe we get rid of this. Maybe we shake this up a little bit and let me go and do sample 6, right? Let me just pull a random ass one. So sample still pulled up the Saya. Cool. Sold. Cool, sold sign. Anyway, let me make this a little bit smaller. I think the size is messing things up a smidge. Okay. Uh, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I think I goofed it in some places. But it's pretty. It has a 3D shape. We can say that.
yeah.
I don't know what to do with this, but I guess like the idea one day,
It's so good.
yeah, it's super funny, right? I guess if I just yeah, I guess there we go. We can kind of keep rotating uh through here. Um, it's funny. There's a lot, yeah, a bunch of different images. Um, but yeah, if we like, what are some stuff we could do? We could do some opacity things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, so okay, so hold on. So I'm doing translate 50%, and then I'm doing the rotating. So that's rotating like right in the middle, and then you wanna, man, I feel like something is minorly messed up, and I don't know how to sort it. But let's not worry about it. But do you see?
Yeah, the idea is like how we can use this interesting CSS amazing sm tricks to like convert something which was just on a website and then get it on your damn notebook and then do something super interactive. And that's the whole idea that we were going for. And it's doing that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So here's one like concrete point that I really like to make. Oh man. So check. Let me. Okay. Hold. Let me consolidate some things just so there's some interesting UX that we are getting here. Um, okay. So I one of the things that's really interesting in this work is that you start to really figure out like the limitations of your CSS abilities and variables too. God, there's yeah. Anyway, I'm just trying to put all of these variables here because in the developer tools, oh fuck, I know there's a I rushing. Damn it, we got to figure out like our homework. My somebody's homework. My homework is to figure out how we can get you a direct connection to what I'm doing because having extra eyes on debugging would be extra sick because like I actually just made a really stupid fucking mistake that I'm pretty sure that somebody else would have caught um, if I had more immediate whatever but yeah, now we've got like a for real ass fucking, it's doing cube shit now. This thing's totally doing fucking cube stuff. Get the fuck out of here. I love this. All right. One last translation. God, and I can pop that on this variable. Oh, life is good. Life is good. All right. That should be a cube in the middle. Uh man, it's close to fine. It's much closer to fucked. Um,
Yep.
but
I get the rotation now.
yeah.
It is.
Yeah, so the rotation stuff is like really, really hard overall. Like it's just very some of the things we might be messing up are like the you can see some of the stuff's lined up. But now I'm just like toggling through different cube views of your shit. Um, I think that last translation really fucked some stuff up. But anyway, you know, we'll figure. I don't know how to do this stuff. I've just started
Yep.
experimenting with it, right? But like the things that you
That's
can
good.
start to make move, and the control that you can have. But now once you have this stuff and they're encapsulated in variables correctly, you can go to your dev tools, and basically you get like UI in your dev tools. So like we've got this filter thing on our or hue rotate thing here on our shit. Let me get rid of most of that stuff and get our images back. So now if I go to the hue rotate and I just like hover my mouse over it's one of them it usually up and down. Yeah. So up and down, I can start holding that stuff. And actually it's rotating and moving. So like once you start like understanding the types and things in CSS, you start to like basically get some like UX for free. So like we can now that we've like encapsulated some of this stuff, like RR, for example, we should be able to go over to that transition and like change this around actually, and say, hey, maybe like, uh, and you're, oh, it moves as you type. That's amazing. 1, 4, 5. So now I'm just like rotating it per keystroke. And one of the, what you got for me? What you message?
Oh, I just messaged. I do have to hop to another call.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. No, let's. I'm calling it end
Yeah.
stream. Sorry, sorry. I got very taken away. No, no, this is sick though.